What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Top 10 Aviation. Whenever pilots talk to the air traffic controller on the radio, they have to identify themselves with a call sign. The call sign of an airline is usually its name, for example, Ryanair 3815. But sometimes, airlines will use their imagination and creativity to make a special call sign. This original call sign could be related to an airline's history, to an element that is part of their logo or anything similar. But what is true is that an unusual call sign is unique to that airline, and it always has a great impact on the company's brand. Today, we're going to have a look at the top 10 coolest airline call signs. You'll discover the most unique and original call signs that I'm sure you've never heard about. Next time you're flying, if you recognize one of these call signs, you'll be proud to know the airline and speak about it to your colleagues or friends you're flying with. So make sure to watch until the end to discover them all. But before we start, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel to receive the latest amazing aviation videos. All that being said and done, let's begin. Number 10. Sultan. This is the call sign of the company responsible for the travel of the government entities of the United Arab Emirates. The organization itself is called Presidential Flight, better known under its previous name, Abu Dhabi Amiri Flight, that changed in 2009. They have a fleet of 7 luxurious aircraft that fly the most important of UAE's personalities. At its origins, the company was established under the private department of the Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan. He was the president of the United Arab Emirates since its foundation in 1971, playing a crucial role in the federation's development. This is the reason why the call sign of the company is Sultan. Even in the air, it spreads the importance and the high status of the person being transported aboard. It's always impressive to hear that on the frequency while flying. Number 9. Moonflower. Moonflower is the lovely call sign of the Italian Neos Air headquartered in Milan, Malpensa. It has a fleet of 11 aircraft consisting of 6 Boeing 737s, 1 Boeing 767, and 4 Boeing 787s. To be honest, I didn't find exactly where the call sign Moonflower is coming from, so if you know, feel free to share it with us by leaving a comment. Usually, flowers symbolize growth and prosperity. For example, the Swiss company Edelweiss Air proudly flies the Edelweiss flower on its livery, which symbolizes courage, and is a popular Swiss symbol. Nevertheless, the company is pretty devoted to this call sign, because when Neos Air decided to dedicate 2 Boeing 767s to the ACMI market, they have decided to name that subsidiary Moonflower, that you can see painted on the 767's fuselage. Number 8. Citrus. Citrus is the call sign of the former Orlando-based company AirTran Airways. The airline used to fly some 700 flights a day out of its 6 American bases, and it was the largest Boeing 717 operator. AirTran was bought by Southwest Airlines in 2011, so unfortunately you won't hear any more the Citrus call sign on the frequencies, which is pretty sad. Back in the day, the company opted for this call sign in order to honor one of Florida's most famous symbols, the orange. In Florida, not only can you find the best oranges, but also any kind of citrus fruits, such as grapefruits, tangerines, lemons, and limes. Number 7. Dynasty. China Airlines' call sign is Dynasty. What a great call sign it is as well, isn't it? The origin of this call sign comes from the period when China was ruled by dynasties. If you're not familiar with the term, a dynasty is basically a succession of sovereigns belonging to the same family that control a territory from generation to generation. In China, dynasties were under control of the country until 1912. We believe that China Airlines wanted to glorify the rich Chinese history by alluding to a powerful figure. In this way, the airline transmits to the world that it's a powerful airline aiming for longevity and dominance. Number 6. Speedbird. One of the most famous call signs is definitely belonging to British Airways. Pilots hear it constantly when flying to the UK, especially when approaching the London airspace. Many people think that the call sign Speedbird originates from the Concorde. Indeed, the analogy would be pretty good, but it doesn't make reference to the Concorde by any means. In fact, Speedbird is related to the first logo of Imperial Airways, which was the predecessor of British Airways. Later on, Imperial Airways merged into the British Overseas Airways Corporation, which in turn merged with the British European Airways to give birth to British Airways. Unfortunately, the logo didn't survive all these unions, but the call sign managed to resist. The old logo and call sign both inspire optimism and aspiration to flight, and it's very cool to hear the Speedbirds on the frequency. You thought that Speedbird would rank number 1? Hold on, because we have something even better. Number 5. Relax. Relax was the call sign of the Slovakian low-cost airline Sky Europe. The airline was headquartered in Bratislava, operating Boeing 737s. The company's main base was in Bratislava, but it was also flying out of Praha and Vienna. It is unclear why the company chose this particular call sign, but what we know is that it's a very cool one. I'm sure all the pilots on the frequency would smile if they heard someone identifying himself as Relax. Unfortunately, the company went bankrupt in 2009 due to very important debts, so it's very unlikely you will ever hear again an aircraft identifying itself as Relax. Number 4. Cactus. US Airways call sign is among the most famous in the world, and there's one particular flight the aviation community knows very well, and this is Cactus 1549. This is the flight where a US Airways A320 got a dual-engine failure right after takeoff, and Captain Sullenberger ditched into the Hudson River, saving all 155 passengers present aboard. The Cactus call sign origins date back to its predecessor, America West Airlines, a company based in Tempe, Arizona. One of the most emblematic symbols of the state of Arizona is the saguaro cactus blossoms. The cactus is typical to the Arizona region. It grows up to 50 feet high and lives between 150 to 200 years. And here's the top 3 of the coolest airline call signs in the world. Let's see if you already heard of any of them. Number 3. Dragon. Hong Kong Dragon Airlines, also known as Cathay Dragon, is a subsidiary of the famous Cathay Pacific. The airline was founded in 1985 as Dragon Air, and its logo was a red dragon painted on the tail of the aircraft. It is well known that the dragon is a prominent symbol of the Chinese culture, symbolizing power, strength, and good luck. Back then, the airline decided to invent a creative call sign, so it inspired itself from its impacting logo. Even if the initial airline suffered a lot of transformations, the original name is still present as Cathay Dragon. The airline definitely doesn't want to let the dragon go away. That's the reason why even nowadays you could hear a lot of dragons flying across the Asian airspace. Number 2. SmartCat. Unlike their competitor from Hong Kong, Tiger Air didn't choose the most impressive and predominant call sign. The Taiwanese low-cost carrier decided to go the opposite way and choose a very cute one. They could have definitely come out with an imposing, striking call sign referred to the tiger, but they didn't. And SmartCat is certainly a good one as well. It is both funny and symbolic at the same time because it relates to the tiger in a subtle way. The tiger is also part of the Chinese famous symbols, and it represents bravery and happiness. Besides, according to the Chinese culture, the tiger also chases away evil spirits. I'm not sure the pilots will find any evil spirits to chase at 36,000 feet, but prevention is better than cure, and hopefully the SmartCat call sign will do its job. Number 1. Jedi. How about going beyond imagination and pick the most original call sign someone could ever think about? Just try and visualize that. Jedi 3587 cleared for takeoff, runway 25. How cool does that sound? This very special call sign belongs to the Polish private jet airline Jetstory. It may not sound very familiar to you because it's a small business aviation company. It employs only around 170 people, and it was founded in 2006, but their call sign definitely cannot go unnoticed. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this top 10 about the coolest unknown call signs in aviation. Have you ever heard any of them on the frequency while flying? Or maybe you know some other great airline call signs that I should have included in the list? Let me know by leaving a comment down below. Want to watch more amazing aviation top 10s? Click on any of the videos you see on your screen right now, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more aviation content. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you very soon for another great aviation top 10.